that shit up, Trey.
Welcome back. eSIM Studios podcast, episode number 253, I believe. Want to thank everybody for joining me today. It's going to be a very quick episode. I'm up against it, but very important news today. Well, news leaks, definitely not a rumor. We got a leak for you. Interesting leak. So as you know, the Google Pixel 9 I think it was released on my birthday, like around was it August 13th, something like that. And so what, that was roughly 4 months ago. And it seems like as every year we go on, it seems like we're getting leaks sooner and sooner and sooner. Like typically you wouldn't get a leak or a rumor, or you get rumors, but they start to intensify, they start to heat up as you get closer to launch date, right? And it seems like, especially with iPhone, right? So we knew what the iPhone 16 was going to be a long time before it was released. We knew what their plans with the iPhone 17, the iPhone 17 Air. We've known this for months, and the 16 was just released, right? Wherever the hell my iPhone, oh, right here. This was just released, right? So I don't know why. It seems like leaks are becoming more relevant sooner. It's hard to... Sorry, I have a million things in my mind, and I'm struggling for the word, so I apologize. I know, brain fart. But since this is going to be a quick episode, I have some interesting on two new Pixel models you're going to want to check out. So we've discussed both of them, but we have some actual visuals for y'all. I got two brand new models. So we have the Pixel 10, that's correct, the Pixel 10, and also the Pixel 9a. So the Pixel 9a is set to launch in May, around Google I/O, I believe. May, if so, we're 4 months away, something like that. Now, I do have visuals. Check this out. So that is what the Pixel 9a is going to look like. A drastic design change. It's got the same camera layout. It just does not have the camera hump on there, right? So on the Pixel 9 series, you have the camera hump on here, right? Big camera island right there. On the 9a, it's going to house two cameras, not three like some of the other Pixels. Let's go back to it. As you can tell, it's going to house two cameras. I think they're leaving off the periscope. It should have a wide angle or ultra wide, and I don't know if it's going to have telephoto. It probably has wide and ultra wide. Shit, I don't know. It'll take good photos nonetheless. I can promise you that. But I also have an in real life photo, so let's check that out. So here's the Pixel 9a. It looks very nice. I'm so glad they're going with a flat back, with a flat front, flat screen, and flat sides. It looks pretty similar. It looks a little less, let me say this. It looks a little less rounded around the sides, around the corners. A little more right angle, 90-degree right angle, right where the front screen makes contact with the side rail, with the mid-frame. And the same thing with the back on the left side. On the left photo, it's more of a right angle, a sharp right angle, 90-degree angle, where the back panel meets the side rail of the device. Now, that is not the only leak we got. Now, let me show you what the Pixel 10 is going to look like. So, this is from a case manufacturer in China. This is how these typically get leaked out. So You'll get a case man. Google sends out the mold or a dummy unit, a dummy phone, kind of like what they have at the carriers, right? Well, it doesn't even turn on. It's just the mold. It looks exactly. It's the same dimensions. It's a phone just without the internals, right? They'll send the dummy units to all the case manufacturers, typically in China, and they will start designing their case around this phone. And molds. They'll get molds and they'll do all sorts. They got to get the button placement right. They got to get the camera sensor right. So what is different between the Pixel 10? Now, it looks like this is going to be the smaller one. It looks like this is going to be the Pixel 10 Pro. It looks like a rather, 6.2, 6.3 inch device. Doesn't look huge or ginormous. You can tell because how the sensor is on the back, the camera cutout, because the Pixel, the XL is much bigger. Now, the only difference, it's going to look similar in design, and that's fine. They have an absolute beautiful design, and I would like Google to stay with this design for another year or two, and then kind of make some change. Look, I don't know where they can go from here. Maybe move it up to the top of the back of the phone, maybe, is what they could do. But the difference between the Pixel 10 in that photo, let me see if I can do it and show it off to the side. Okay, so the difference, there we go. It looks like, there we go. Jesus, it's all reversed. It looks like the sensor, it's a bigger island. It's a bigger island that houses the cameras in there, right? It's much taller. So this one obviously looks wider. Now, this is the XL. And I'm trying to do this in reverse. Jesus Christ. Oh my God, I'm such an idiot. And this one right here, it looks taller. Like the sensor looks like it sits taller. So now remember, we got reports that this is gonna potentially come with a 200 megapixel sensor. So if the sensor is bigger, it's going to need a bigger housing, a bigger island to encompass that big sensor. A 200 megapixel sensor is pretty freaking big. That's why the S23 Ultra is so ginormous. It just doesn't look giant. That's why it's so thick, because it's housing that big ass sensor. So it's gonna, newsflash, Pixel 10 is gonna look similar to the Pixel 9, and again, that is okay. It's a beautiful design. I absolutely love it, and I'm perfectly fine with that. Just as long as they don't go the Apple route and stay on this design for like 6 years, right? I don't think they'll do that. I think they'll probably move off of this here. I don't know, in the next year or two. But this is your first look at a Pixel 10 accessory device. Well, we at least know what it's going to look like now. So we have confirmation it's going to look the same. So if you like the Pixel, the way the Pixel 9 looks, perhaps you did not upgrade. Well, guess what? You're going to definitely want to get the Pixel 10, because not only is it going to have the same beautiful look, it's going to have a all-new Tensor G5 CPU built from the ground up by Google. Well, actually, yeah, built by Google, manufactured by TSMC. Should bring a decent amount of, not a tremendous amount, but a nice little spec bump, a nice little performance boost, which is definitely needed. I mean, it's not bad now, but processing videos and editing videos is just easier on a more powerful CPU. So that will do it for today. I'm sorry for the short episode. I have got to run, but I appreciate the time, and as always, I'll see you all tomorrow. Peace.